These days, life in South Korea feels almost normal. A coronavirus success story, thanks to a massive campaign of testing. But that's not the only reason. During an outbreak, authorities have warrantless access to cell phone, GPS, and bank records that quickly reveal the movement of those infected. Authorities then send that info via text message to people who might have been exposed. Those messages contain very detailed information, such as someone's neighborhood, nationality, gender, and age. They also say exactly where that person has been. But very few South Koreans are upset. Essentially, Koreans have given up some privacy in exchange for more essential freedoms, like the ability to leave their houses or go shopping.
Some people think it goes too far, but I don't think so. This is the way the virus can be contained.
It makes more sense to limit personal freedom rather than to limit everyone's freedom, like if things were locked down.
But the approach has critics.
It's been very efficient in terms of public health, but the strategy is somewhat lacking when it comes to privacy and the protection of personal information.
Authorities insist the data is safe and the collection is legal and temporary. But just how temporary, given the outbreak could last for years?
The concern, of course, is that once government has data, they never want to give it up.
That may not be a big problem in democratic South Korea, but Human Rights Watch says Seoul could set an example for other countries to follow.
We need to see time-limited expiration of some of these powers, in democratic governments and countries like South Korea, where they would set as a model that, we recognize that these urgent times may require this kind of action, but when we go back to a normal time, we will not do this.
It's the same question that's coming up in countries around the world: how to balance public safety and privacy. Maybe the best defense of South Korea's approach was its recent election. Even during a pandemic, voters felt safe enough to turn out at the highest level in nearly 3 decades, giving the ruling party a landslide win. And that may be a lesson for countries like the U.S., who are struggling to contain the virus during an election year. Bill Gallo, VOA News, Seoul.